Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. commencement ceremony for the class of 2015. I would like to introduce our esteemed committee that is here today. We have Principal Peter Lucia. We have Assistant Principal Guy Prescott. Assistant Principal Heidi Mongeau. School Committee, the Chair, Barbie Linares. We have the School Committee member, Pamela Lundquist. Guidance Director, Stephen Umbro. Curriculum Director, Dr. Julie DeRoche. Special Ed Administrator, Allison Riani. School Committee member, Michael Hinchcliffe. School Committee member, Suzanne McDonald. Selectman, Stuart Eggenberg. Selectman Doug Dawes. Selectman Philip Trapani. And the lovely Superintendent of Schools, Carol Jacobs. And I would now like to present Carol Jacobs.
Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be here this morning to also share the welcome with Vanessa. I think if Mr. Lucia had hair, he probably would have been pulling it out at 5 o'clock this morning when the rain was happening. But we thank you for being here this morning on this glorious day together in this beautiful place for this important celebration of accomplishment of a truly outstanding group of young people. Chairman Linares, members of the Georgetown School Committee, Board of Selectmen, esteemed colleagues, family and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2015. Again this year, it is my honor and privilege to be given the opportunity to welcome you, along with your classmate, to the commencement exercises for 2015. As a mom, I know how proud your parents are as you prepare to become high school graduates and embark on new and exciting personal pursuits. As an educator, I am proudly joining your faculty and staff with a sense of pride and great satisfaction in your accomplishments, and I feel very confident that you are ready for the next step, no matter what that might be for each of you. All of the people here today love and support you and have provided a strong foundation, strong roots, and now it's your turn to fly and make your life. It is a true joy for me to be here with you and your families to celebrate this great occasion. And while this day is always somewhat bittersweet, it is truly full of promise for the great things to come. So as I was thinking about some comments I might make today, I was inspired by two things. The first occurred the other day when I was preparing to come to your senior awards ceremony. And I noticed in my jewelry box this little starfish pin that I'm wearing on my gown today. Years ago, when I was not so much older than you are today, a special mentor of mine gave me this starfish pin and told me it would remind me always to keep hope in my heart, to be optimistic because the alternatives would hold me back from my hopes and dreams, and that I should always be determined to make a difference in the lives of others. These are messages that I have carried with me in my life, and I know they've served me well, but when I look at this starfish pin, it makes me think about what it means to make a difference. The starfish pin came with a short story that I'd like to quickly share with you. Every day, an old man walked the beach with a pail, picking up starfish that had been washed in by the tide and throwing them back into the sea. One day, a young man stopped the old man and asked, "Why do you throw the starfish back? It doesn't matter. They'll only wash up on the shore again tomorrow." The old man picked the starfish out of the pail, threw it as far as he could into the sea, and replied, "It mattered to that one." So my message as you go forward to watch out for the beautiful and mindful starfishes and that you meet along the way in your life and make them matter. My young friends have learned that making a difference does not often cost money. It can be in the form of a small gesture, a smile, a hug, a word of encouragement, or a small act of kindness. I think we all witnessed a great example of that the other day at the award ceremony, which is my second inspiration for today's comments. when you recognized Mr. Bill Pachillis for his 39 years of teaching, and you honored him with a yearbook dedication. I think we were all touched by his reaction when he was brought close to tears at this simple gesture that you made to let him know that he has, in fact, made a difference and touched your lives in meaningful ways. And I can say with certainty that that small gesture is one that Mr. Pachillis will cherish for the rest of his life. And I know I will personally never forget that moment because I was touched. And it was because you, all of you, made that difference because you cared. And in this heartfelt gesture, he knew that he mattered to you. You couldn't have honored him in a better way. Mr. Pachillis is an example of a teacher who actually lived the starfish story for almost 4 decades, making a difference in the lives of countless starfish. Not just teaching them about math, but about life, about dedication, about passion, about making people know they matter, regardless of who they were. No matter where you go and what you do in life, I hope you take this example and find a way to use it. And so as you leave today, I want to give you a gift. Just as I was given this pin by a mentor who believed in me, I would like to give each of you a starfish pin as a token of our belief in you and the difference that we know you will make in the world. As you receive your diploma and enter the next stage of your life, you will receive a starfish pin. Perhaps it will remind you to have hope in your heart, to embrace optimism and assume positive intentions. Think of the cup as half full and never apologize for looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. And finally, perhaps it will remind you to continue to be dedicated to being someone that lives the starfish story and makes a difference in the lives of others. I promise that if you do this, you will get more than you give. So as you leave Georgetown High School, remember the words of Jimmy Carter. I have one life and one chance to make it count for something. My faith demands that I do whatever I can, wherever I am, whenever I can, for as long as I can, with whatever I have, to try and make a difference. I wish you a life full of great happiness and success, and it is with great pride and pleasure that I officially welcome you to the class of 2015 commencement exercises. Enjoy your special day. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the class salutatorian, Jennifer Nutter.
I'm truly honored to be speaking in front of everyone today. I would first like to thank the administration, Superintendent Jacobs, Ms. Lucia, and the faculty and staff for all their support and hard work, without which none of this would be possible. I would also like to thank my family and friends for always being there for me, no matter how crazy I can get sometimes. And to the class of 2015, congratulations, we finally made it. I am extremely proud to be a member of the class of 2015, because without all of your love and support, I would not be where I am today. It is hard to believe that we are finally graduating high school. It seems like just yesterday I was falling off the monkey bars, right over there, and playing football with the guys at Pembroke. As a kid, I never actually thought I would make it to this point, because I believed that as soon as I got my license, I would become a bus driver. Clearly my dreams and ambitions in life have changed. Over the past 12 years, there have been many memorable moments culminating to this point. For example, our classic field trips to places such as Plymouth Plantation or the Boston Science Museum, all of which the bus broke down every time. We also can't forget Famous American Day and our notable play, Treasure Island, a performance which I'm sure we all truly are proud of. We then transitioned to the giant middle high school, where most of us would spend the next 7 years of our life. Those awkward, drama-filled middle school years is when we made some of our closest friends and discovered who we are. It is here where we grew into the young adults we are today. It is the truth when I say we have all come a long way. Ultimately, I'm grateful for these experiences because we got to share them together. And today we get to share perhaps our greatest milestone with the community. This graduation ceremony is a celebration of all our hard work and dedication throughout the years. It is also a celebration to give thanks for all those who have helped us get to this point. Today is a stepping stone in our lives, as we will be moving forward and taking on new challenges. I have no doubt that we all can achieve the success that we so desire. There are so many opportunities waiting for us, and no matter what path we choose to take, we have the power to decide our own future. I once again want to thank everyone for this opportunity, including the administration, faculty, and staff, my family and friends, and of course, the class of 2015. The past couple of years have been amazing, but I can't wait to see where the future takes us. So congratulations again, and I wish everyone luck in their future endeavors.
It is also my pleasure to introduce the class valedictorian, Marissa McGrath.
I must admit, when it came time to sit down and write this speech, I didn't know exactly what it was I wanted to say about the class of 2015. I feel this is a class whose achievements and contributions to the school and community stand on their own. So I did what I have done throughout high school when I didn't know the answers. I consulted the internet. The countless YouTube videos and Google searches have allowed me to derive a graduation speech formula. So now, allow me to take you through the process of writing through this speech in 4 simple steps. Step 1, the thank yous. Throughout the years as a class, we have been fortunate to know many wonderful teachers and staff. They have helped us tremendously throughout the years, academically and otherwise. I want to especially thank Mr. Pachillis as we are sharing this final year here at Georgetown. The guidance department also deserves recognition for their assistance in the fall when it came time for most of us to get everything together for college applications. Personally, I would like to thank my family for their help and support through the years. Now on to step 2, our future. The class of 2015 has accomplished so much throughout the years in Georgetown. What they have done is never to be understated. However, what they have the potential to do is to be taken into account today. Over the next years of our lives, I lost my place, I'm sorry. Over the next years of our lives, some of us, if not all of us, will be met with seemingly insurmountable challenges. What exactly those challenges entail is unknown. In a world where old and new problems constantly arise, the future remains consistently uncertain. However, after coming to know this class over the years, I can say that their ability and willingness to solve these problems is the certainty this variable future lacks. Whatever hardships that come to face us in the next few years will be met by the extraordinarily capable individuals you see before you today. I'll also say that whatever greatness touches you throughout your lifetimes will be well-deserved. I met a man once who said to me that you don't need to always know the answers. You only need to know where to find them. It is in this resourcefulness that I hope you are able to accomplish any goals you have set for yourself. He also told me that when all else fails, always continue to work hard. You have all proven that you are hardworking, or else you wouldn't be walking this stage today. From here, I move into the next step of speech writing, step 3, inspirational quotes. In this step, Google is your go-to. I have found 2 quotes I would like to leave you with. The first reads, "Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards." And the second reads, "It's amazing how a little tomorrow can make up for a whole lot of yesterday." I stated before how the future is so uncertain, but this uncertainty can be used to your advantage. As beautiful or as painful as the past can be, it's all over and done. There's no hope to change the past, but there is always hope for the future. You control what your future holds. It's wonderful to look to the past, but time moves forward. Keep looking ahead, and what you have all already accomplished in the past, strive to achieve that same level of achievement or greater in the future. Now comes step 4, my final words to the class of 2015. I may be slightly biased, but I cannot think of a class more deserving than the one sitting here right now. I cannot think of anyone else I'd be more willing to share the stage with on this day than all of you. I have only thanks for the memories you have given me throughout the years. With these final words, I offer my congratulations to the class of 2015.
After the long but well-spent years, we are all finally out of here.
We'd like to invite the band seniors to join.
Morning. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for attending the Georgetown High School commencement exercise for the class of 2015. Before we honor our seniors today, I would like to give thanks to all of the people that made today's ceremony possible. Mike Anderson and his maintenance and custodial staff for preparing the grounds for this day. It was certainly an ambitious effort. They've been here since 5:30 a.m. setting things up. Scott Jones for all of his efforts in providing our sound today and battling the wind. The band and the chorus led by Mr. Messina and Mrs. LaFlamme. Mrs. Dodge and the yearbook committee for the wonderful, colorful yearbook. Mr. Umbro, Mrs. Robinson, and Mrs. Kelly for the wonderful guidance department that we have. Mrs. Gibbs and Mrs. Matthews for the masterful job they have done advising you. Town officials, school committee, and central office staff led by Superintendent Jacobs for their guidance and support. My administrative staff, Mr. Prescott and Mrs. Monjo, for all of their organizational work and assistance. To my office staff, Mrs. Legere, and a special thanks to Mrs. Rudy Cudmore, who is the behind-the-scenes captain of the day. She is responsible for ordering all of the caps and gowns, diplomas, programs, and she made me have this outside. And finally, to the entire faculty of the Georgetown Public Schools, present and retired, who have dedicated their time and energies with today's celebration as their end. At this time, I would especially like to recognize several retiring faculty members. Mrs. Janice Downing, who has dedicated 25 years of service teaching middle school students with special learning needs. Miss Michelle Pallotta, who has taught English in our middle school for the past 15 years. Mrs. Evelyn White, who has been teaching reading at the Pembroke and middle school for 32 years. The high school will lose two of the pillars that have contributed so much to the success that this school has enjoyed over the years. After 38 years, 17 at Georgetown Middle High School, Mr. Stephen Umbro will retire in October, and after 39 years, all at the high school, Mr. William Pachillis will move on to the next chapter of his life. These individuals leave huge shoes to fill and will surely be missed. It has become my tradition to begin my comments with a brief rundown of some important statistics and accomplishments that pertain to each graduating class. This year's class, collectively, represent diverse interests and have an impressive list of accomplishments. 55% of seniors participated in athletics. They have excelled on the athletic field and earned a number of state tournament bids. Our girls soccer team were North sectional champions, and our softball and baseball teams are currently competing in the state tournament. 48% of the class participated in music. We have won countless group and individual music awards in various competitions. 31% of the class belongs to the National Honor Society. 3% of the class has earned a Certificate of Mastery, thus making them eligible for a tuition-free education at the University of Massachusetts. 29% of the class are eligible to receive John and Abigail Adams scholarships. 95% of the class will be continuing their education at many diverse and distinguished institutions. Please feel free to browse the list that we have posted outside of our guidance office. Individuals in the class have been awarded scholarships worth more than $78,000 and potentially up to $124,000 if they choose to utilize the Adams scholarships. And once again, this represents the highest total in my 12 years as principal. I am so happy and grateful to see these scholarships continue to grow to help our students and their families. As I was going through the annual arduous process of developing this speech, it occurred to me that for me, writing a graduation speech is very comparable to when I planned units of study when I was teaching. There was so much to do, so much to say, and there is so little time to do it. I must be efficient and exciting so I don't bore my audience and students. So in an attempt to be concise and efficient, I will pass on the audience part today. I have narrowed it down to 3 simple particles of advice. 1, be persistent in whatever you do and never give up. Renowned businessman Earl Bakken used the analogy of a bumblebee when describing persistence. He said, "By all reckoning, the bumblebee is aerodynamically unsound and shouldn't be able to fly. Yet the little bee gets those wings going like a turbojet and flies to every plant its chubby little body can land on to collect all of the nectar it can hold." Bumblebees are the most persistent creatures. They don't know they can't fly, so they just keep buzzing around like lowly bumblebees. Honored graduates, never give in to pessimism. Don't know that you can't fly, and you will soar like an eagle. You may find this hard to believe, but high school principals don't have bright and shiny days for 100 straight days each school year. There are days in which things pop up or don't go the way they should, that get me a little frustrated, etc. I don't know where it came from, but this year there was one of the most inspiring quotes that I ever came across hanging in the hallway down near the nurse's office. And every time things weren't going the way I wished, it seemed to pop out to me. So I wanted to share that with you because it rings home this theme of persistence. Not sure if you noticed or not, but it said, "You cannot fail unless you quit." And I found out through Google that Abraham Lincoln said that. So never quit. Be persistent. The next bit of advice I have for you is be yourself. As author-entrepreneur John Jacob Scheurer put it, you don't need to change yourself, ever. You need to come home to yourself, and that changes everything. Self-awareness is an exceptional skill, and not an easy one to obtain, but it is an essential ingredient in success and happiness. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us." Being yourself ties in nicely with my final bit of advice. Be happy. Professor Mark Lewis once pointed out that the person who you're with most in life is yourself. And if you don't like yourself, you're always with somebody you don't like. I thought about wishing you happiness Wednesday at the senior awards ceremony when, like Superintendent Jacobs, I was inspired by what went on with Mr. Pachillas. And I thought about, after he said he worked here for 39 years, how fortunate one is to be able to be happy enough to and able to stay at the same job for 39 years. That's kind of rare now. So as you go off to the next stage of your life and eventually enter the work world, I wish you that kind of happiness and good fortune and all of the happiness in the world. I congratulate and wish you good luck, class of 2015. At this time, I am honored to welcome School Committee Chair Bobby Linares and Vice Chair Pamela Lundquist to present the Baker Adams Scholarships.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Georgetown School Committee, I would like to extend our congratulations to the graduating class of 2015. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you to present 11 graduates with the Baker Adams Scholarship. The Baker Adams Scholarship has awarded over $240,000 to deserving Georgetown residents. Today, we will be distributing a total of $26,000. Baker Adams was a lifelong resident of Georgetown, a well-respected attorney in the Georgetown-Haverhill area, and devoted much of his adult life to our community. Serving on the Finance Committee, Board of Selectmen, and as town moderator for over 25 years are just a few examples of his dedication to Georgetown. In keeping his legacy alive, it is the duty of the school committee to select applicants that have displayed a similar commitment. It is our belief that the students chosen for this scholarship have exemplified Baker Adams' life goals. As I read your name, please come forward to accept your scholarship. The following students are recipients of a $1,000 scholarship: Rachel Jean, Casey Lerner, Marissa McGrath, Jennifer Killian, and Chantel Lampert. The recipient of a $1,500 scholarship is Jennifer Miliaccio. The recipient of a $2,000 scholarship is Casey Reel. The recipients of a $2,500 scholarship are Isabel Block, 2015 Pingree School graduate Kelsey Dion, and 2014 graduate of Georgetown High School, currently attending Brown University, Ryan Bahar. And the following students are recipients of a $3,000 scholarship: Jennifer Nutter and Teddy Kozchusik. The Citizen Scholar Award is given to a student who has demonstrated a strong sense of civic and community involvement while at the same time excels in their academic study. This year's recipient has shown a strong commitment to her school and community through participation in numerous clubs and organizations that have a positive impact on others. I have had the personal pleasure of interacting with her throughout her senior year as the school committee student representative, always willing to share her insight and never hesitated to answer any questions we had. The committee appreciates her willingness to partake in the formal discussions on a bi-monthly basis. It gives me great pleasure to award the 2015 Citizen Scholar Award in the amount of $4,000 to Vanessa Yavorski. Once again, I want to extend my congratulations to the entire class of 2015.
At this time, I would like to call Assistant Principal Prescott to the podium to call the roll of the class of 2015.
Sorry, I don't want to get in this video. Excuse me. We need you to sign the book over because this is the committee studio. Can you encourage me to? Excuse me.
Vanessa Magdalena Yavorski. Marissa Elizabeth McGrath. Jennifer Lee Nutter. Jennifer Ann Miliaccio. Jennifer Marie Killian. Jensina Elizabeth Moner. Isabel Anna Block. Michaela Lucia Boucher. Thomas Paul Pryor. Nicholas Andrew DiPasquale. Alexander Maxwell Bauman. Alexander Robert Bornholt. Nicholas Robert Bovio. Matthew Clinton Brock. Sean Andrew Bundy. Connor Daniel Cabanaro. Jaqueen Carmona. Johanna Elise Casson. Nicole Teresa Chabra. Haley Carolyn Collins. Gracianne Marie Conti. Kaylee Elizabeth Dalton. Kayla Marie Finnemore. Kayla Marie Gotchakowski. Austin Charles Chatterton. Joseph Shula Conlon.
Hey, look at me.
Richard Scott Conti. Zachary Christopher Curtin. Robert Douglas Demento. Brendan Patrick Donnelly. Kyle Nicholas Drillis. Kyle William Dunleavy. Kelly Rose Geyer. Rachel Elizabeth Hamilton. Sheridan Lee Holland. Kelsey Lee Howard. Nicole Francis Jarvis. Rachel Elizabeth Jean. Nora Ann Teresa Kavanaugh. Chantel Lampert. Alexander Matthew Dunton. Anthony Daniel Federico. Daniel Lewis Gott. Alexander Michael Hand. Thaddeus Leonard Kochachusik. Maxwell Raymond Labreck. Matthew Angelo Lewis. Robert Joseph Long. Jessica Morgan Lee. Casey Lynn Lerner. Megan Elizabeth Litch. Jacqueline Camilla Lonegro. Molly Kathleen McIver. Tatiana Nicole Mamolet. Emily Jade Mawson. Olivia Ruth Monroe. Jeffrey Thomas Lundquist. Liam Paul Leiden. Jonathan Charles Malaberti. Sean Patrick Mannion. Cooper Robert Martins. Brett Anthony Mastrangelo. Jacob Robert Myers. Maxwell Robert Mogavero.
Max.
Evangeline Rain Moore. Amy Jean Olson. Hannah Rose Catherine Ouellette. Stephanie Ann Palmisano. Danielle Louise Corsia. Christina Marie Rando. Kelly Love Rhinelander. Morgan Christine Richards. John Wykert Moner. Ariart Kazmieris Monkevich. Kyle Joseph Nelson. Joshua Michael Noonan. Kenneth James Popielski. Benjamin Ryan Prescott. Alexander Robert Quinn. Joseph Casey Reel.
Casey. King.
Sophie Higgins Rocos. Kaylee Ann Sapienza. Abigail Rose Sipple. Julia Rose Southwick. Molly Swanton. Elizabeth May Wood. Ethan Nicholas Reardon. Brian Anthony Savage. Chandler Manning Shores. Dean Morgan Sipple. Todd Robert Stewart. Robert Francis Webster. Kyle Scott Wood.
At this time, I would like to introduce to you the class president, who's been practicing real hard. I've been watching him over there, Nicholas DiPasquale.
Good morning, and welcome to the Georgetown Class of 2015 graduation ceremony. First, I would like to thank all the faculty, friends, and family who are joining us to celebrate this achievement. Without your love and support, these wonderful people standing behind me, in front of me, would not be where they are today. I would also like to thank my good friends Google, Wikipedia, and SparkNotes, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have actually had to read books throughout high school. Although the first chapter of our lives has come to an end, a new exciting one awaits us. Over the past 2 years, it has been an honor to represent such a bright group of individuals. Growing up in a small town like Georgetown has had a significant impact on all of us. Although most of us are moving on to bigger things, the strong sense of community that has brought us so close will carry on into the next part of our lives. Over the past 18 years, we have made connections with each other that will last a lifetime. I have gotten to know you guys in the classroom, on the field, and even at the Georgetown bowling alley. Many people see Georgetown's small size as a weakness, but I see it as a strength. Well, maybe not when our 15-man football team was losing 42-0 by halftime. But really, the small size gave us a chance to develop close relationships with not only classmates, but also faculty. Yeah, you know the teachers really care about their job when they make you come into school for 3 weeks over the summer to get a head start on a fascinating government lecture series. Thanks a lot, Mr. Hastings. Now, I would like to share a story with you. I've been thinking about this speech for a while, but it didn't hit me until a few days ago when I went to pick my grandfather up at the diner. Thank God my mom took away his license because that guy can barely walk. As I sat there waiting for him, I watched as he interacted with customers. Although most of the interactions involved him yelling at people, I knew he genuinely cared about every person in there. When I asked him to leave, he responded by hollering at me because he wanted to stay longer. It was at that moment I realized it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the food, but it was about the joy he got from working at the diner. He loves what he does, and that is what I strive for as I progress into the next part of my life. I have a quote I'd like to share with you. There are 2 things to aim at in life. First, to get what you want, and after that, to enjoy it. Only the wisest of mankind achieve the second. Listen, what you want to do is go out into the world and make a ton of money, then I'm all for it. But don't forget the second part of the quote. Enjoy it. Find the things that make you happy and don't ever lose hold of them. It doesn't take materialistic things to achieve happiness. It can be achieved with the help of loving family and friends. That is why I'm very thankful for the class of 2015 and everything it has done for me. I'm never going to forget the smiling faces I've grown up around that have helped shape the person I am today. As a class, we have had many accomplishments. We have had students accepted to top-tier schools, athletes who have won state championships, and even a few rascals who made it into the police log. All of these things have brought us closer together as a class. Looking back at my speech in 10 years, I would have wanted it to be funny, smart, and inspirational. But honestly, I just want you guys to know how thankful I am for all of you and the unforgettable time that we spent together. I will sincerely miss you all. Now, for anyone in the crowd who's fallen asleep, please wake up. For the time has finally come. Graduates, embrace these final moments we share as a class. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you. Yeah, yo, toss back up the extra hats that are all.
Yes, I hit the crowd.
Thank you.